As real estate agents, we don't make the market, but it's our job to interpret the market. We're expected to be economists of choice because if we don't have a very good perspective of what's going on in the historical economy, what brought us to today and the direction that we're going to tomorrow, how in the world can we be best representatives of our buyers and sellers? So it's very important that we understand the current economy and that we are able to communicate it as such to our clients, because at the end of the day, our job is to give them as much information as possible so that they can confidently make the best decisions for their families and their real estate transactions. In 2023, the nation was climbing out of COVID, and in real estate, we sold 4.1 million homes that year in the nation. That was considered to be the bottom of the real estate market, meaning we haven't seen that floor historically in quite a long time. That's representative of the people who need to buy. People are always needing to buy and sell as they're going through various life transitions. Well, in 2023, 2024, and 2025, the real estate market sold the bottom of the floor, that 4.1 million homes. That is a low unit environment in which to work as a real estate agent. At the beginning of the year, there were indicators that were going to prove that we were going to start to climb out of that slowly and steadily. And as it turns out, when we checked March 2026 numbers, it was actually indicating that we're set to have another repeat year of lower units. When the economists went back to review the numbers in March, they started to see that we were trending right along that $4 million mark in terms of home sales nationwide. What that means for real estate agents is that we are still working very, very hard to secure our clients and get them through to the closed transaction. Well, we have to ask ourselves, why is this happening? We need to understand why we are continuing to stay at the floor, essentially, of real estate closed sales. Well, there's a lot of factors. One is inflation. Things are just more expensive. And while the rate of inflation has been corrected to a healthier rate, which is what we term around 2%, that doesn't mean that the prices of eggs and gas and bread and milk and energy reduced. Those prices are staying nice and high. And the problem is that's affecting the affordability for our buyers trying to enter the market. The average home buyer's age today is 40 years old. That's dramatically older than it used to be, and it's trending quickly to that older age, which is very interesting and very important that we understand that the buyer sentiment for purchasing real estate is also lower than it's ever been. Because things are expensive, because the interest rates are normalizing, because the interest rates are not indicating that we're going back into the 3s and the 4%. But at the same time, the cost of money is higher than usual. This is causing buyers to stop, to pause, to make other decisions, and to be less frenetic and decisive in terms of purchasing that piece of real estate. Now, while this might sound negative or gloom and doom, particularly if you are a real estate agent, don't lose heart, and this is why. And this is the conversation that you can take to your clients. It is always the right time to buy the right piece of real estate. Might sound salesy, but in fact, if you look historically, it is not. Let's go back to the price of homes. I want you to look at the trend line. The trend line represents in this graph a 3 to 4% appreciation of a home's value year over year. And if you zoom out and look to the left of the graph, you'll notice that independent of the market situations, that trend line has held very strong. And when you have a strong 3 to 4% appreciation on a trend line, that gives a buyer confidence in that buying real estate and investing in real estate will absolutely serve them in their wealth and for their equity in the long term. Notice this, what happened in the downturn in 2008 to 2010, 12. The price of homes went way high and then fell. It fell dramatically below the trend line. But if you'll watch as we moved on to the next 10 years, 12 years, we made up that time. And if anything, we overshot. What you'll see in 2006 is that the average price of homes went 22% above the trend line. Obviously is not sustainable and clearly led to a bubble, which resulted in the dip. As we moved on into the future, we rose above that trend line. We overcorrected just a bit. We overcorrected to 7.4% above the 4% appreciation. And here's what happened next. In COVID, prices spiked quickly. They rose quickly, and one could argue that we compensated and corrected, which felt like a whiplash. What we have not seen is a price falling. What happened because of the rates was necessary. It decelerated the price of houses. The home prices did not fall backwards, which is where your clients can find resilience and confidence in making their real estate purchase. Home prices have remained strong. Inventory is still supporting a demand, particularly in our local market here in Louisville, Kentucky, which again is supporting the statement that it's always the right time to buy the right piece of real estate, provided that you're going to stay in it for a few years and that you'll continue to take care of your property. So while we are still seeing pricing holding strong and trending towards that nice, strong appreciation curve, why are clients still nervous? Why do clients still struggle with their decision? And we have to bring empathy to the transaction. We have to bring compassion to what they're experiencing in their day-to-day life as it relates to affordability and buyer sentiment. Even though inflation has calmed its rate, home goods and living is still more expensive. Coupled with the interest rate floating around 6%, the cost of money is a little higher. So they're going to be living in a time where the amount of their income per month is allocated to housing in a much larger way than it was even 3 or 4 years ago. We have to be more methodical in how we spend our money, and we have to guide our clients in the best interest that buying a home at the right piece of time is the number one wealth determinant for their families, and that we do everything we can to support them to make the best decision, negotiate on their behalf, and truly let them become part of home ownership, independent of the market. We don't make the market, but we know how to interpret it so that we can best guide our clients through the decision-making process in a real estate transaction. At Keller Williams Collective, we are relentless in the pursuit of continuing to understand the market and the conditions that impact the housing market. If you would like to learn more or be part of these conversations, we warmly welcome you to the classroom, because when we're learning-based and economists of choice, we're going to be the best real estate agents for our clients.